How we going, guys? Mick here from the Cartel, back on the kick-ass beer review. Today I'm going to review the Panhead's Tumbling Dice. Shut off the gas. It's a new one, 375ml can, New Zealand IPA. 2.1 standard drink, 7% ABV. These guys do put out a really good sort of limited release. I don't know, has it become part of the core range? I don't know. Could be part of the core range. Don't mind myself some of the Panhead stuff that's coming out. It is part of the Lion group once again, brewed under license, yeah, so forth. Rah rah rah, all that sort of jazz. Can statement: sat decaying and dormant, the bones of a dream waiting for the dreamer, transformed by a kooky bucket, visionary into a loud, nasty, immaculate handful, handcrafted for street and strip. Always in a hurry, never stops to worry, they call it tumbling dice. So meet Rod, Builder, Aaron Carson, and then sort of blurs in with some of the designs. It's got flames on there, flames as part of the design on that back of the can, so that it's got gold outline on the flame, so it's blurring in with the words. So it's meet Rod, Builder, Aaron Carson, and hear more about this ass-kicking bucket. It's part of a short documentary series now appearing on Panhead's social feed, so you go and check that out. Panhead's social feed as a documentary, so I'm guessing it's part of a bit of a Motorhead sort of thing going on there, as in cars and bikes and so forth. That's a series now appearing on Panhead's social feed. It inspired this uniquely refreshing ale that packs a dank, lovable, unruly punch. Yes, and it does contain lactose. If you're lactose intolerant, don't bother with this beer. Well, that was hard to get out. That's so very, very hard to read. But yeah, I think we've read it to its true form there. So here goes. Oh yeah, pour it up into this. The aroma is really punchy on this. New Zealand IPA. So yeah, it's probably some good New Zealand grains and obviously some good New Zealand hops. Doesn't say a hell of a lot about the ingredients. 2.1 in this one. Let's see what we get on the aroma. I can see the appearance is really good. That's never mind those dirty glass bubbles in there. It can't all be fucking perfect. Can see the lactose floating around in there. It is hazy, big head. Very creamy, so it's punchy, but it's also suppressed by a little bit of the lactose there, I think. Good malt profile coming across on that nose as well, and I'm picking up New Zealand Cascade. Panhead, you see this? Can you correct me if I'm wrong? Picking up a few other things in there. There's got to be some Mawiko or definitely picking up New Zealand Cascade for some reason there. Taste. definitely getting lactose. That is one of those ingredients I really like in a beer, particularly if it suits the beer. Not a lot of stouts I've been brewing lately have had lactose in them. I've sort of gone without it for a bit, for obvious reasons. We're just trying to pick up on the more of the flavour profiles, and while we're experimenting and doing different versions, I think lactose is one of those ingredients you need to leave out. And you certainly know whether a beer is going to need lactose or not. This is really good. This is sort of oats, creamy sort of. Very punchy, but it's just got this bitterness that is wanting to break through, but I think it's sort of suppressed by the lactose, the sweetness. So it does create a bit of a balance there. That works really well with those hops versus the lactose and versus the malt bill. Just shows you don't have to go independent. So forth to pick up on those really good beers. Cheers. One I'll definitely be putting in the fridge as well. Hey, here we are. Bonus content again, right at the end of that. Tumbling Dice by Panhead. Absolutely love that beer. It was really, really good. So, some good stuff there from Voodoo Ranger. Also, like I said, the Panhead's Tumbling Dice. Tumbling Dice. New Zealand IPA. Some really good flavour profiles going in there. Both those beers really, really suited me. Two different sort of reviews there, listings, but I'm going to tack on the bonus content at the end of the commercial reviews as much as I possibly can with the home brews. And today's is going to be the Red Ripper, which is a Redskin candy stout. One of those ones back from 2020. One of the 3 kegs that we sort of put aside after we brewed, just enough to fill a few kegs there. So this is the 3rd from those that have been put aside. The original Redskin stout, who going back quite a few videos, way back when we done a hop rhizome swap and beer swap with someone local, very local. I mean, I ain't talking sort of about a K away from myself here, and I'd previously done Redskin stout, Redskin porters and so forth, but the particular one that within that swap, the beer swap and the rhizome swap, I had to get that recipe. That beer, it was probably 18 months, 2 years old then when I got it from old mate, and I haven't spoken to old mate since. And so, not to go back through the video, I can't remember his name, but I still remember where he lives. Anyway, it's I've done a few of my own since then. One previous to meeting up with old mate, and a couple of afterwards, and make it a few afterwards. And this one, which went into a small tweak, went into a keg and sat since 2020. So I'll pull this sucker up. Once again, haven't tried this beer since came out of the fermenter back in 2020. It's gone into the keg. We've played around with the different pressures. We've played around with temperatures as well, just to get it. So most of these beers now, because we've got pretty much 4 stouts on tap, we've got sitting at around about 6 degrees. through pouring and a little bit of settlement and allowing to just sit, we're getting the beers at around about 9-10. Then we can let it sit for a bit longer and get them around about 11 degrees, which, excuse me, was perfect for serving temperature for my stouts. The way I like it, me personally, around about anywhere between the 9 to 11 degrees. So I'm really loving that. It's 30 odd degree day here today. It's just starting to cool down now, but it's still just got that sort of stickiness about it. So it's not exactly perfect stout weather, but any day stout day. That's how it goes. So get this poured up. As mentioned, I've not tried it since it came out of the fermenter, so I'm not sure how it's going to perform out of the keg. If it's anything to go off the last two, which is I was quite happy with the rough nut and then the choc mint porter, the Red Ripper Redskin Stout. And we were going through that transition of when the confectionery company was phasing out due to racism and being politically and racially correct. We switched over to Red Ripper, which was once known as the Redskin Candy. This one's pouring absolutely brilliant, exceptional. I don't know if it's about to do with the shape of the glass, but anyway, look, man, this one coming off of tap 3 is it smells, fucking look at it, just look at it, but it smells very well, what would you say, sort of adjunct fueled, which is pretty much how it sort of comes across with the majority of these types of adjunct fueled beers. Just seem to work so well in things like the porters, stouts, imperial stouts, and sort of the darker flies want some too. Yeah, certainly comes across really well. Start flying in my fucking face. A bit of underlying roast there, some sweetness, but I'm picking up something else, and it's almost like I did with the original, sort of like a raspberry, strawberry. It's just sort of sitting there on the very top. Maybe that's part of where it's, it's sort of got the rise and it's risen and it's sort of sitting on the head, and very, very candy-like, which is pretty much what it's. It has a bit of a pink tinge going on there, which is. These ones did contain lactose, by the way, so there's a little bit of a pink tinge happening on that head, and you can actually see it. So over that tan, I don't know if you can pick it up on camera. There's a bit of pickness there on that froth at the top there, that lacing. Actually, quite visual. Directly sitting there, definitely. Slight tinge, which is not something I noticed with one of the originals. Does smell really good. I've just got that. I don't know, almost like a strawberry thick shake with some roast going. Oh, yeah, it's just developing in the glass. That's just how it's going to be, I think. Here we go again. For someone that can't brew for shit and doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about, that smells alright. Let's see if I can say the same about the taste. Wow. I'm not 100% sure. It's literally like chewing on a fucking redskin. And sort of passe, you do get that sort of roast and the stout up front, and then it's just, come on, just, maybe it's a good thing, maybe that's exactly what we want. I can handle it, there's no doubt about it. It's not, nowhere near a session beer. None of these stouts are session beers. Nowhere near it. Far from it. Many of them, stouts and so forth, the porters that I've been doing lately, you're never going to sit down and drink more than maybe one or two as a nightcap. These sort of things, I think, I like to call it campfire beers. It's sort of the stuff you want to drink around the fire towards the end of the night, as you're sort of tapering off. That works really well. What I want to do with this is I actually want to take some out of the keg and do sort of a boil off, bring it down to a syrup and put this on an ice cream. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to fucking make a video of this reduced down syrup over ice cream. Look for that one up next. Fuck yeah.